and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. This is season 4, episode 9. Hey, Eric, how's it going?
You know, I'm doing well. Although I have no idea what's going on with the weather right now, and I think I'm going to need to consult the premier weatherman. So,
Ooh, that's a good idea. Right now, Eric, I don't know if you know this, but I am back home in Mom's office, aka the weather control room, and I am going to drop a line out to the one, the only weatherman. Weatherman, are you out there? What is the weather report?
Well, the weather is always lovely. There's never a bad day when you're riding shiny and chrome into Valhalla. But yeah, bottomless sick pal all the time. I can't complain.
I was down in the basement, okay?
Oh,
and
boy.
I dug out
With
this big old
futon?
wheel of aged Parmesan, and I am going to shred it all tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that makes sense, but at first I thought you were going to say something else was down there. Something weather-related. Something, Bermuda Triangle in the storm.
We don't talk about that game on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's a different
good.
podcast.
That's a dangerous game to deal with.
Exactly. A storm is brewing, and we're just gonna let it brew. And it's not Bermuda Triangle season, Eric.
Okay, you're right. It's a nor'easter kind of season. So
that's right. So Eric, now that we're all acquainted with all the people on this here podcast today,
Are you sure we don't have any stragglers hidden out there? I'm gonna start poking with my big poker stick. Hey, anyone?
Get out the whapper.
Get him.
I got nothing. I got nothing out here, so I think we're in the clear.
Okay, great. Do you have a main topic for us?
I think this week what we're gonna really need to talk about is something that's been plaguing our society for far too long. And do you know what that is, Alex?
I have an idea.
Well, it's the price of printer ink cartridges, man.
Wow. How has the price of printer ink cartridges changed over the last 25 years?
Well, just like those meme stocks that those Redditors are manipulating the market with, they're going to the moon.
Ooh, how many times more expensive than the last time I checked in, which was when they were 15 times the price of human blood, has printer ink gotten?
Well, right now, I don't know the correct conversion factor, but right now they're worth approximately 3/4 of a soul as dealing with the devil.
Wow. Jonah, do you want to know something really interesting? I learned the other day it is actually cheaper to just buy a second printer that comes with the cartridges than it is to buy printer cartridges.
But no, it's even cheaper than that.
What's even cheaper than that?
Just cut your thumb open and start painting on the walls. Basically the same thing as a printer.
Yeah.
Might get you thrown in jail.
Your body's full of printer ink. Something like 5 or 6 liters of printer ink.
I mean, I don't know what it is with these college professors these days, but none of them are accepting my my blood-soaked manuscripts for some reason.
Yeah, they keep telling me they're cursed.
Did you give it some scent? They got to be scratch and sniff.
Oh, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Oh, look, it's Eric's. Ooh, it smells like iron deficiency.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Every time I fill my LaserJet printer with lamb's blood, it keeps clogging. Are there other kinds of blood that you recommend, Jonah, for replacement in printer ink?
Well, is that lamb hydrated?
Seeing the conditions I keep my lambs in, I buy only the most abused lamb for the tenderest of meats.
Your basement? Is that where you store the lambs?
That would explain all the lamb smell.
Well, I mean, every scratch and sniff is lamb, but sometimes it's lilac. I like to keep you on your toes.
Ooh,
But yeah, do you suggest maybe I hydrate my lambs more in order to make the blood runnier?
Oh yeah.
Is that what's going to help me out?
Yeah, that are just from food coloring and some water. I both are effective.
Okay. Eric, any other closing thoughts on the most important topic of the day for sure, the price of printer cartridges?
Well, I gotta say, I think it was a pretty great topic for me to come up with on the spot. So
Pretty
I'm
good.
gonna like to give myself a round of applause, and hopefully I don't lose too much. I don't lose too much blood while clapping, and I can get my homework turned in on time.
Nonsense.
Great.
You don't need to turn in that homework. There's
Oh,
bottomless sick
Jonah
cow
gave me
to
the clear.
ride.
I'm good.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I'll just
technically a
write.
doctor.
Jonah told me not to.
Dr. Mrs. the Weatherman said there was bottomless sick pow, and I needed to call in with a bad case of snow fever. Down.
Okay, Alex. I
Yeah.
think it's poem time. We do poems.
We do poems. Jonah,
Hmm.
I just thought of, at the exact same time that Eric thought of our main topic, I thought of what these poems should be about. Now, I don't know if you have written any poems on Vikings, but I think today should be a Viking-themed podcast.
I'm into this. I mean, like, a good Viking really is just all about it.
Hinga dinga durgan. I agree.
I mean,
They
I
call
was in the
me
middle of
Ericsson.
writing. Oh no!
I mean, they call me Eric Erickson. I am here to
Oh, no,
plunder
we've
and
lost him.
steal. Whoa, guys! Did you see that crazy man that came in here? I obviously didn't poke around all the spots in my room for this for these podcast intruders. This Eric Erickson Viking guy just showed up out of nowhere.
Wow,
That's
dude,
why
you
you-
should ask him if he has any poetry to share with us.
Oh, poetry! Oh, I'm a Viking. I like a poetry.
Serenade my sweet ears.
So up in the Scandinavian there countries, we do a little thing called, this is basically an abbreviated story for our little ones. So here it goes. Now,
Do you have,
little Johnny. What was that, Mister?
well, Eric Erickson, do you have a title for this
Yeah.
story? Just for the
This
listeners at
one-
home.
This one's called spelt with 2 7s and a 4.
Ah, yes.
So,
Huh.
now, little Johnny, I'll tell you a story, one that you might get a little gory, for tonight we're talking about Vikings. No, don't cry. I understand it's quite striking. All the raids and the plunder, war cries as loud as thunder. Well, it's getting a little not Scandinavian there.
Is that it, or does it keep going?
No. Long ships and arrows. Why? That axe struck to bone marrow. But Vikings aren't all fight. In fact, they're quite delight. Shanties ever so fancy, reciting poems in their boats as they row 'ems. Quite cultural and clever. Take their name in vain? Never. A Viking is cool and chill. So don't make him mad, or he will kill.
Ooh, I like
Ooh,
that
that's good.
Forged in Fire reference. Big
Oh, yeah.
fan. Big
Oh, yeah.
fan.
All
Let's
right,
bring,
I kicked that crazy blonde-haired absolute unit of a man out of here, Alex.
let him
Oh,
know
did
that
you?
I
Thank
want
goodness.
Viking sea shanties.
Oh yeah, apparently they just hoard them like dragons over there.
Perfect.
Oh, makes sense. Jonah, do you want to hop in? I feel like my poem's less about Vikings. It really is more of a
Well-
passing blow at Viking.
Well, weather's more of my speciality, but like I will give a poem a try.
All right. Well, can you tell us the title of this poem for the listeners at home so they know what to look up and remember it by?
I'm gonna call it I'm a legit poetry writer? Poem writer?
Poet, I believe.
I'm a legit poet.
Okay.
Okay. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Vikings are cool. Let's go hiking.
All right, that's good. That's really good.
Let's
That's profound.
just say, Weatherman, how about Poem Man? Because that thing was on the money.
Ooh.
I would say he's a totally legitimate poet.
Obviously, I have no reason not to believe that.
All right. Well, Eric, I have another hiking Viking mashup, and I call it
Okay.
Travel Ad for Norway #5.
Oh no. A little bit of long trail on my side, a little bit of Viking warship coming to ride, a little bit of axe throwing's all you need, a little bit of what's another hiking thing?
Something about something on my steed. A little bit of riding on my steed.
On my steed. Yep. Okay.
Okay. I think you should submit that as your poem, Eric. That was really good.
Yeah.
That was all off the top.
All right. So, Norway travel ad number 5. Hiking and biking and Viking, all things I do in Norway. For you see, the summers are cold and the winter too. Special things in the Arctic doorway. For you to see, polar bears, reindeer, and caribou, all things I'd like to do when I'm hiking and biking and Viking in Norway.
That's good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Wait. I just want to clarify. Are you doing a polar bear? Or like, are you being a polar bear?
No comment. The Norway Board of Travel Ads would like to leave that to the listener.
They're going to plead the fifth in the version of the fifth that the Scandinavians believe in.
So that's the old Viking code, which is the firth. And it's the firth of beer, so you have to drink one large bucket of beer before you can complain about it.
Wow,
of course, sounds about right.
At least, I'm no expert in Viking law. I've only studied 4 years of bird law.
Bird law is tricky, though. It's hard.
Bird law is very tricky.
Go toe to toe with an avid bird law, lawyer, but it's tough. But
it's very
Viking
tricky.
law is also quite intricate. All right, so
you talk about
government drones. Sorry.
Okay, my bad.
I was gonna say,
Eric.
What was I gonna say?
I need to interject here.
Okay.
Did you know in Viking law? I just learned this. There are 17 different types of longhouses, each of which has a varying degree of criminality for breaking into.
Oh, cool. Hold on.
Quite awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Post that link to the non-Discord page.
Jonah needs his in.
Maybe now is a bad time to point out that this podcast is purely for comedy reasons, and most of it has been made up.
I don't believe it. You come into my longhouse, you get shot with a
that's a longhouse of the third type.
Okay, perfect.
Eric, what do you think? You think we have some sort of?
I think we have a duty to abide by. Something that every week our listeners expect us to do. Duty. And that, of course, is answering questions. However, Alex.
Yeah.
Where'd they all go? Where are the questions, man? I couldn't find any.
What you're telling me, Eric, is that was some sort of personalized two-wheeled transport device?
Well, I guess I did properly wear a helmet and hop aboard my nice little Segway right on into questions from the internet, baby.
Boom! Drop them. All right, this one's for all you Vikings out there. How are we out of booze? ! We literally had 8 bottles yesterday, which was asked by @Jaron also known as JV on Twitter.
Wait. When was this asked?
February 10th.
Okay, so February 10th. That means that obviously all the beer disappeared, and if it was, say, the 9th, so let's suppose that they had beer before that.
Well, they had 8 bottles of it, according to JV.
So they had 8 bottles.
Yeah.
And then that would have been a Tuesday. Nothing really happens on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
But that just gives Vikings all the more reason to be drinking. So it really actually doesn't matter what kind of day it is because, Vikings love their beer. I mean, you can't have enough. That's it.
Yeah.
Either Vikings broke into this poor innocent man's home and stole all of his ale, or he is a Viking.
Well, Eric, I think both of us know that Vikings absolutely... Oh, wait, those are dwarves. I was going to say, dwarves can't stand ale, and so JV's problem was that his 8 bottles of booze were mead, and he lives in Norway.
Oh, no. That's a recipe for disaster right there.
And as our resident Viking lore historian, Jonah, who has spent says here, hundreds of hours exploring Valhalla digitally from his apartment. Sounds right?
Right in my underwear and
I heard that's actually a degree you can get at DeVry Institute.
Ooh.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's going to explain to us exactly why having only 8 bottles of mead is a bad idea when you live in Norway.
Well, 2 reasons. It's cold as shit there. So like you got to drink up to keep warm. But also, you said the 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said the 10th.
Today we ran out of booze. Yesterday we had 8 bottles.
Do you know what Wednesday is in, I guess, Norse mythology?
I have no idea what's Wednesday.
Idea.
Wednesday is Odin's day.
I believe it.
You have, 8 bottles. You got to share with your bros, but also you got to drink for Odin. And I'm sure Odin will be like, yo, dog, hold up. I can't let you drink alone. Come down and drink a little bit with you. 8 bottles is honestly not enough. More like
let's
800.
be real. It's Odin we're talking about. That man slugs 8 in 2 minutes.
Oh my god. Not even.
And then he still drives home.
Boss.
Good thing the chariot that he rides on drives itself.
And his 6-legged horse. Guys, that's right. That is in mythology.
So, problem is you need at least 1 booze for every one of the 6 legs of Odin's horse.
Sounds about right.
And now you're down to just 2 bottles, 1 for you and 1 for Odin. And we really appreciate that sort of advice. Jonah, how many bottles do you think you need to satisfy Odin?
We talking like Marvel's Thor Odin? Because that dude looks like he probably hasn't had a drop of alcohol in, decades.
We're talking to the traditional Odin. We're talking the one that comes by on Wednesdays.
Cool.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably not enough in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like that man can really put away some booze.
You probably need all of what is it called? Everything in Midgard.
Well, that's why you have your supply of hooch in the closet that's just constantly going, so you never technically run out. You just have little downtime so your liver can catch up. And
I got you. The problem is, JV, you were stocking bottles of mead when you should have been stocking bottles of hooch or ale, which Odin will not drink on you.
That sounds about right. Something terrible experience in his past.
Also, you can make mead hooch. Currently having a bottle of mead that I made in my closet. It is very doable. And lots of honey, by the way.
Ooh, sounds tasty.
Should be ready to harvest several beehives and shove them into a bottle.
Oh, I harvested multiple gallons of apple cider last fall, and I still have loads of cider hooch.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
I harvested them. I picked the gallons of apple cider right out of the grocery store, all by myself.
My favorite place. Yeah, that's where I got my little bears full of honey too.
Nice.
All right. Any other questions we got out there, man?
Yeah, we have another one, Eric. This one's from Trenton at Trenton SM.
Okay, good old Trenton.
They ask, why is it that clothes now all say do not tumble dry? You think I got endless room around my house just to let lay wet clothes everywhere?
I sure hope so. If you're out living in the trees in Ewok Village with my boys, Zaptu and Arambo, obviously there's enough air and circulation around there. You can just throw it up on a clothesline, and then the only problem I've had with that is that sometimes the clothesline is actually attached to a big log trap, and then my clothes go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I mean, all my homies hate tumble dryers.
Wouldn't that just dry your clothes faster if they were attached to the logs? Then they'd be moving really quick through the air.
Well, yeah, but sometimes they don't really. It's hard to get back, and sometimes if they hit an ATST or something, the explosion will singe them a little. It's a little messy.
I hope you like crop tops.
Exactly. And assless chaps.
Yeah, besides the fact that all of your friends wear nothing but crop tops and assless jabs, which are strictly no tumble dry. I have the opposite problem. See, Eric, all of my friends live on a snowy ice ball, and the Wampas, Rocktook, and Baldu, they have no place to dry their clothes because it always freezes on them.
I mean, I bet it would get stuck to their fur even, you know?
I mean, they're stuck between an icicle and a Jedi because let me tell you, it's either have all their clothes shrink in the dryer, tumble dryer, or have them freeze.
I don't know what would be worse.
Well, I mean, if they freeze, you just have a delicious snack for later in the day.
It's true. You have a crunchy snack for later.
Some fiber in there. It's probably good for you. Just be careful not to eat all your clothes at once.
So Eric, your buddies Zapdu and Arambu, they swing through the trees, so it's okay. But Jonah, where are your friends from?
Well, I mean, it's you two and Butterdog. So, also, I don't see what this man issue is. I don't dry my clothes. It's expensive. It's like $3 to run the dryer in my apartment. So, just go vertical with it. Buy some clothes racks, stack those clothes racks, and you're good to go.
See, now this man knows what he's talking about. Moral of the story is go vertical with it. That works with every facet of life, you know?
Exactly.
You're late to work, go vertical with it. You know, you don't have enough money to pay for groceries this week, just go vertical with it.
When in doubt, let it stand tall.
Didn't get fries with your burger? Go vertical with it.
Exactly. Yep. You're coming down the jump about to do a Dewey roll. Do you know what you gotta do? Go vertical with it.
Of course. So the answer, I think, from Mr. Trenton is go vertical with it, or consult Ewoks or Wampas.
Yes, they might be a little hard to reach as they are far, far away.
So yeah, we're all out of internet questions, unfortunately.
All right, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know where that leaves us, man.
Yeah, I don't know either. Wait, who is this on the other line coming in here? Oh, it's Misa, your favorite person, and I'm here to tell you I'm a Jonah's friend, and I have a problems with tumble dry and Tusa.
Oh, it's Jar Jar Binks.
Oh yeah, it's Misa, Jar Jar Binks. See, the problem is I live under the water.
Oh,
and
dude,
so all of me clothes are wetta.
Oh,
I don't see an issue here.
Jar Jar, if your clothes are wet, come on. We already told the guy, go vertical with it. You're underwater. Do you know what you got to do, Jar Jar?
Oh, Misa hadn't thought of going vertical with it.
Ah, yeah. See, it works in every situation. But I do know it's a secret Gungan wives' tale is that when you have trouble with your clothes not being dry enough and you can't tumble dry them, you take those little bombs and you just wrap them up and start playing with them.
Oh, you put the boomba in them?
Yeah, the boomba.
Then they get all goopy goopy.
We hear you out, Eric. We hear you out. But the other side of the pond, we get another saying. Just build a stone wall.
Jonah's been helping me with the wall all the time. That's why me and Jonah are best buddies.
I'm sorry,
overthrowing the empire and all that.
Well, the CIS, not the empire.
No,
hey, get the heck out of here, Jar Jar! Oh my God, Jesus Christ! How'd he get in here?
Why didn't you poke your room hard enough, man?
Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't poke my room hard enough. He just somehow hacked into the lines. Jonah, what have you been teaching that guy?
Oh, building walls, going vertical. The good stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
But also, you gotta always check your pockets. People always hide in your pocket.
That is a problem. This, I think it's time to thank our sponsors, Eric. Although I have no idea how long the podcast is, so.
It's in roughly a good length, so I think we're good to go.
I think we're fine. I'm sure I can edit this or something.
And 22 seconds.
Oh my gosh! It must be an error. It says 8 hours and 24 seconds.
Ooh. Or how about error 1006?
No, the error is 666, Jonah. No, wait, no, it's not. It's 066. It's error 66.
That's about right.
Yeah. Which reminds me, Eric, this podcast is brought to you by Zaptu and Arambu, everybody's favorite Ewok friends who don't need to tumble dry any of their clothes.
And it couldn't have been done without Ruckthor and the other Wampa. Wampa surprise. Wampa for every occasion. Get your Wampas now down at Wampa Surprise.
I would like to throw in a thank you to the sponsors. I would like to thank Order 66. Watch out, younglings.
This podcast, as always, except when it's not, is brought to you by, let's see, what does it say here? It says Dad's Office has been written over Mom's Office. This is brought to you by Dad's Office today, Eric.
Oh my goodness. Well, we also couldn't have done it without homegrown hops. They've been there through the thick and the thin.
Ooh, long-time sponsor, long-time grower, homegrown hops. Podcast is also brought to you, Eric, this week by Viking. Don't forget to drink all your mead by Wednesday, otherwise Odin's going to get it. Vikings.
And while he's at it, he'll also come back probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So just always be stocked, brothers.
Like a true bro. He's really just going to hang out.
Your boy Odin's thirsty.
I don't have any other sponsors. We actually were able to cut the big rosé out after they, stopped giving us so much money.
This podcast is brought to you by Bottomless Sick Pow. It's Bottomless Sick Pow, except for those rocks at the bottom. Bottomless Sick Pow.
They're just flavoring.
No.
Some spice, if you will. I'd like to thank your mom. She's a lovely lady.
That is true. That's true.
And honestly, your dad, too. Like, he's a great guy. He's got to brush up on his curling skills, though. He looked a little rusty in that video.
Yeah, I've heard that he's a little rusty.
Oh, this podcast also is a proud sponsor. That's right. Role reversal of the Chateau DeWitt Bonspiel. Coming to you this winter. The Chateau DeWitt Bonspiel.
Now that's a live stream I would watch.
Ooh!
2-on-2 Mick Sterling. That's right. It's curling night in Vermont.
Watch out. I'm breaking quarantine. I'm going curling.
It's crazy.
Oh, you can break quarantine. You have one of your shots. You'll be fine. All right. Thank you to our audience for tuning in far and wide. This has been Just Do It, Season 9, Episode 9,
4.
Season
12, 16,
12.
42.
Anyway, thank you for the weatherman for stopping in on this wonderful occasion. The actual season and thingy will be in the doobly-doo down below. And
I love a doobly-doo.
Make sure you get down there and tell us whose poem was the best, whether it was Eric Erickson's, the Weatherman's, Alex Borg's, or Eric's impromptu song. Get down
That's
in there
true.
and give your boy some points. With that, I'm Alex.
I am Eric, and I'm Eric Erickson. Oh no, he's back. Hey, you! I got the stick. I'm gonna beat you, boy.
Get on out of there.
No.
Whew, with that bit over, finally.
I don't know. I think he's just living under the bed or something.
That's where I live.
For the love of God, man.
Just send it.
I'm just too swole.
I have heard that.
Stop dropping bigger and bigger ice cubes into the ocean and just straight up sacrifice to the gods. Sorry, that's my butt.